Let's talk about veganism. So I've wanted to make a video for probably ages, just talking about me being vegan, veganism in general, a little video for anyone wanting to go vegan, anything to do with veganism basically. I used to get asked quite a lot about me being vegan and how to go vegan, and I thought it'd just be like an interesting little video to do because I feel like there can never really be enough information on it. Obviously for me, I've been vegan like 2 years now. It all seems so easy for me, but like I forget how people think of it if they aren't vegan, if that makes sense. Like it seems really like a lot. My nose, things coming out, sorry. I'm gonna try and make this super quick, super short. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to either DM me on Instagram or comment any questions and I'll try and get back to you. To all three of you who are watching. Number one tip is probably to research as much as possible. When you first find out about veganism, you want to look into it as much as possible. Find websites on it, YouTube videos, blogs. You want to literally spend at least a full like day. I don't want it to sound like that extreme, but you really want to spend a long time like genuinely researching it, because it's just very handy to like know what you're actually talking about, obviously, because if you're going to go vegan you want to know what you're doing. Watch documentaries. I'll link some below actually because there's some really good ones. I think it's really important to actually know what goes on. Nobody does really until you watch stuff like this. I'll put in the description which ones are a bit like graphic and which ones aren't. There's some that are literally just about your health and stuff and not so much to do with the animals. Since going vegan I've learned so much more, like how it affects the environment, how it affects your body, like everything. Like it's such a huge thing and it makes such a difference if you actually do go vegan. Second tip is to not overwhelm yourself. People who aren't vegan always seem to make it out to be such an overwhelming, like stressful thing, but it genuinely isn't. And if you do overwhelm yourself or like get stressed, like you'll just discourage yourself from like actually wanting to do it. So just chill, stay calm, do your research, go slow, have a good time. Also figure out if it's easier for you to go straight to veganism or be vegetarian first, or just cut things out, or maybe like do a few days in a week when you're vegan, or all week and then weekends not vegan. Just figure out what's easiest for you. For me, I just went vegan overnight. I can't speak for all vegetarians, but like the majority of vegetarians I have known and have met, you know, they just, I don't see them going vegan, I'm not gonna lie. Whenever anyone asks me about me going vegan and how I went like literally overnight, people are like really quite shocked because it is a lot to do. It just reinforces that like you're doing it and that's it, like you're cutting it out completely, instead of like, oh well I'll sometimes have a little bit. Like it makes it like okay, not that it's not okay to eat like meat and dairy or whatever, like do what you want at the end of the day, but I think you just need to snap out of eating all that shit. The quicker you do it, in my opinion, the easier it is to just stick to it. Like literally get rid of all the non-vegan stuff you have and just go for it like fully and really make an effort to do it, and then I think you'll stick to it. Also, I know a lot of vegetarians don't because they like cheese too much. Cheese is literally addictive, like it literally has ingredients in it that make you addicted to it, so it's not necessary, it's really bad for your body, get rid of it. Next tip is go shopping. Go to your local supermarket, wherever's easiest for you. I can't recommend anywhere because I live in Spain and honestly I have to go to like 8 different shops to buy all my food. You try and start fresh, like find some recipes and figure out what stuff you want to actually buy. Also, I'd say get rid of all of your non-vegan food items like as soon as you can, just to properly swap it all out. You can do it slowly, like bit by bit, like I said before, or whatever works best for you really. Start off with things like dairy. Obviously you can get rid of all your meat, quite simple. I make it out like it's so easy, like I'm sorry. Like, swap out all your dairy, so like milk for like almond milk or rice milk or oat milk or like whatever. Just like try different ones and see what you like. My sister doesn't like almond milk in her cereal, so she's like oat milk, and I actually don't like almond milk in general. I mostly use oat milk and rice milk. They're like the 2 main ones that I use. I personally don't go for soy milk just because I don't like to have too much soy, so I don't know if that's helpful at all, but there you go. You can try meat substitutes if you want to, like obviously go into it like with an open mind. I have them every now and then because it's like nice to have a different taste, a different texture. If I'm just feeling lazy, they're normally quite quick to cook or make or whatever, so give it a go. You probably won't like all of them, but you're not gonna love everything that you try. Just don't have it in your mind that it's supposed to be like meat. Like if you get like tofu chicken nuggets, like they're not gonna be like chicken nuggets, you know what I mean? If you have a blender or a juicer, if you don't get one, it's quite handy. If you don't like fruit and veg that much, I'd say try juicing or making smoothies with as much vegetables as you can. Yeah, it's just I can't stress that enough. Like literally you need to be eating fruit and vegetables like every single day. Last thing on shopping, I'd say the most important thing is checking labels on everything. It will just be like the #1 habit that you end up having. You have to check labels on everything. Not everything, but like almost everything. Next is find as many websites and blogs and stuff as possible. I know I said that in the beginning, but for recipes and things it's really handy, because obviously when you first go vegan, like you have no idea what to eat. Just try different stuff, because you're going to be cooking a lot when you're vegan, or at least like, you know, gonna have to try to cook a bit more. Like I cook a lot more now. I'll link some websites and blogs and stuff in the description that I used to use like when I first went vegan. Next tip is just to do with parents in general, which is I think the most difficult thing when you want to go vegan, especially if you're my age or younger and you still live with your parents and they are not willing to like let you go vegan. Obviously if they're the ones who buy all the food, then it's going to be a little bit complicated. Like I said in the beginning, just educate yourself as much as possible so that any questions that your parents have, you have all the information. You need to like show them that you're genuinely really like serious about it, and just have like a proper discussion with them. Don't make it like a screaming match, like, because you can have arguments for days about it, but it's just going to make it worse. Just have a nice sit down chat about it and just try and get them to understand how important it is to you, if it is. Or just, you know, be like, you know what, I just want to try this for a month or whatever, we'll see how it goes. Don't treat them like they've fed you wrong your whole life, because that's sometimes what it comes across as, is like you know better than they do, but it's not really their fault, because if you think about it, like they've been raised their whole life and they've eaten meat and dairy and eggs and shit for a lot longer than you will have if you're like, I was gonna say if you're younger, as if you're gonna be older than your parents. Like it's gonna be probably very confusing for them, especially if they've never heard of veganism, but just stick it out and just show them how important it is. Or just do what I did and just be really, really, really stubborn and just either eat nothing or eat vegan. That's what I did and it worked a charm. Also remember that you actually are making a difference by going vegan. A lot of people think that just because you're one person you don't really make that much of a difference, but you genuinely do. Just by me going vegan, my sister's now vegan, my mum, I'm sure she'll be vegan at some point, but she's not yet. She knows all about it, her boyfriend knows about it. My granddad's now like not eating certain meats, he doesn't eat dairy. My cousin's like vegetarian going vegan, I think. Well, the last time I spoke to her it sounded like she wasn't, but she was at one point and that was down to me, so. Oh my god, that was so gross. So you do actually make a difference, like genuinely you do. Don't think that you don't, because like one person is still someone, do you know what I mean? As long as you try your best, that's all that matters. That's what I've been told at school my whole life, and that's, I'm bringing that into this as well. I keep looking like I'm picking my nose, I'm not, it's literally my nose thing, piercing. I think I said everything I wanted to say, I'm not really sure. If you have any questions, like I said, comment or send me a DM on Instagram. I'll link everything down below, all the websites and my social media and whatever. Yeah. Any vegetarians out there? Stop eating cheese. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope that was somewhat informative. Final message to any vegetarians: stop eating cheese. Seriously, stop eating cheese.